My name is Blake. I will be teaching a class called Advanced Contact Staff Freedom of Movement, and it's kind of a mixed class of a whole bunch of ways to break down transitions and break down partial moves to allow you to move around and kind of seamlessly go from one thing to something else. So it's a very mixed grouping of moves. Some of them are very easy, some of them are much harder. To start off with, we just talked about actually what I teach in the basic class, which is rainbow stalls like this. Then the understanding that you can do a half stall like this, which leads to the move that everyone likes, where you put it here and you spin around in a circle. So 2 notes for that. One, it's very, very hard to do it the real way. I cheat immensely. What I do is I actually lock it between my thumb here and my forearm here. So at this point, I can spin around in a circle. It's very easy. The second part of this is footwork. I'm incredibly bad at footwork, but I've gotten help. There are 2 possible ways to do your turn. One is to take the foot that's not your pivot foot, and you kind of drive this behind you and pull it in to turn around. The other is apparently a ballet move, where you take your right foot again, put it behind, you're on the balls of both feet, you push up, and you turn around like that. So with a lot of these moves, they only work smoothly if the footwork is good. So like that. Next thing that we do is, I invented something new, or I think I invented it. If not, it's hidden somewhere. So with a conveyor belt like this, there's a really neat set of lock points right here and right here that you can use to change direction and that you can use to change plane. There's also, unfortunately, a second set that's really uncomfortable, which is right there. I'm sure someone will learn to use it. I don't, but I really, really like the other ones. Then we talked about just using something as simple as normal prayer speed, just the idea of leveling, of when you normally stand, you should have the back of your head's lifted up, your collarbones are forward, you're looking straight ahead, so you're basically draw up as tall as you can be. And just the idea of, okay, it needs to be a conscious choice. Are you up here? Are we crouching down? Are we on our knees? Kind of what are we doing with it? And also the idea of whenever you take a step, and in contact staff, lots and lots of people stay grounded, the idea of taking really long steps. Whatever you do, if you travel with it, it's a lot more interesting. Okay, that's already covered. Then there's the idea a little bit more back to the technical side of you can go anywhere within a conveyor belt to an angel roll, so that you can do a quarter of a conveyor into an angel, like that. You can do a half conveyor. You can do a 3/4 conveyor, which is basically the same thing. And you can do a full one, which is basically a conveyor pivot into an angel. Then we talked about conveyor angels or bent elbow angels, which I'm not too good at. Other people like Cookie are very, very good at. But it's the idea of, instead of having it be a straight angel, you bend your elbows, and so you get these weird extra beats in them. Like that, which is really neat. You should theoretically be able to go from a conveyor pivot and either choose to do a bent elbow angel or conveyor pivot to normal angel. Something that is very wet in here, so it's going to be interesting, but the idea of you should also be able to do an angel roll to change your level, and say from here you can do something like a one-handed cartwheel up, back to standing. After we do that, we get to the other really fun thing, which is floor plane front side angels. The easiest possible one is, it's a 1-beat. So it goes here, rolls down one arm, up the other. Everyone can get that really quickly. The interesting thing is when you add extra beats at the shoulders. And I'll show you the easy way and the hard way. The hard way first. The hard way, hopefully this will work. Actually, I ended up doing the easy way. The easy way is bent elbow, so you get to here, comes across the front, and to there. The hard way is with straight arm, so that. I find them really neat. They're kind of an alternative to the Matrix because they're doing the same exact movement as the Matrix, except the rotation is on shoulder rather than underarm. All of that, just a very few things left. I guess I'm teaching a whole lot in this class in about an hour, right? The idea of vertical Steve is really useful. You can do a vertical Steve if you stick it off center to a chest roll. You can do a vertical Steve, and if you turn 180, go into an angel roll. And my personal hope is to be able to do those continuously. Vertical Steve, angel, vertical Steve, angel. We'll see how that goes. And then just the idea of, once again, pulling in conveyor pivots. So, which way is it going to go? Conveyor pivot, vertical Steve, angel. At the very end of the class, if anyone is still awake and ready to try it, we're just going to talk about amalgamating moves. So the idea of a halo 360. So the idea of do a halo. Hey look, I'm turning with my halo. It's very much like duckouts. The idea of a SNES 360. You do a SNES and you turn around. Nothing too crazy. That was actually really sloppy. I'm going to do it one more time. I guess my SNES 360 doesn't exist today. That's okay. The Holy Trinity, which I'm going to mess up awfully, which is the idea of doing an angel with a Jesus in the middle back to an angel. Something like that, not clean at all. And the idea of a Steve tricks with, it's a Steve with a matrix in the middle or a matrix with a Steve in the middle. It's really the same exact move. There are two variations. So there, here, here, there. You can also do every other, which is really weird. I'm really bad at. So, matrix, Steve, matrix, Steve, like that. And that's hopefully enough material till next time. Once again, my name is Blake. This was Advanced Contact Staff Rhythm of Movement. Thank you very much.